Hello, sports fans! I'm Jason Aaron Goldberg, and this is Card Collecting Shenanigans. The Mint Collective was back in Las Vegas, and we were there for it. It's a big old show presented by eBay. Lots of booths. All the big hitters were there. Topps. You got some Beckett slabbing going on. PSA had a big old line. Whatnot had a great booth. A lot of giveaway stuff. I did this. We will talk about it. Panini had a race car. Max Crosby was there being awesome with the kiddos. He was also signing autographs for fans. Pets were welcome. Lots of amazing vintage memorabilia. We always love a good Babe auto ball when we find it. There was some neat modern stuff like this. And Aaron Judge was a common image, as well he should be. And this year, vintage Air Jordans were definitely a thing. Probably to do with the movie Air coming out, but there were lots of pairs, autographed, tickets, contracts, all kinds of neat Jordan stuff. Golden had some really cool bats, game used, Ty Cobb, Jackie Robinson. And Topps artist Lauren Taylor was there. She was really cool, struck up a great conversation with her. This is some of her one-of-one art. These are on wood. She was there taking selfies with fans. Here's a great look at her Project 70s material in the foil variety. And of course, lots and lots of cool cards. I always stop by this booth. It has great vintage, always out of my price range. Well out of my price range. But beautiful stuff. Great color on all of these. Was very tempted to buy this Satchel Paige up here, but still out of my price range. I'd never seen this Joe Jackson card before. Thought this was really cool. High-end graded cards was the name of the game at this show. Every booth had amazing slab stuff, very little bargain treasures. Wanted to show off some Otani, starting with the Bowman Chrome. And we got the Dynasty. And this shows the devolving of the autograph as the fame has grown. Just incredible scribble right there. Great Barack Obama auto. Nice cardboard. We got the captain. Number 2, Derek Jeter. Number 2. This was outstanding. LeBron and MJ Mint 9. We close it with the GOAT of all baseball cards, the Mantle Rookie. Now let's take a look at what I got. We are back in the cardboard confines of Shenanigans Card Park, and like any great card show, I am exhausted. The Mint Collective is a big event, a lot of booths, a lot of vendors. It's really interesting, too, because I really didn't spend that much money, or hardly any money, because this is a bit like a convention, right? It's a collective, as they call it. It's really a place for a lot of people to kind of, promote themselves. So it's the big boys, it's smaller people, come check out my YouTube, we do breaks, check us out, that kind of stuff. Of course, everyone's selling cards, but because of that nature of it, it's really rather high-end. There are some bargain bins, but it's like your bargain bin are $50 slab cards rather than, $10,000 slab cards. So my goal, knowing that, was I wanted swag. I want the free stuff, the stuff we all get. And as you can see here, we succeeded. At the end of going through all of this, I will show off a couple of things I picked up, including a few things to rip, because you would like to rip. So first up, before we really get into any of this, let's look at some t-shirts and some other stuff. So Whatnot had a big booth. They were doing like kind of games and giveaways. They gave me a breaker pad, even though we have our breaker pad here of the Field and Shenanigans Card Park. Dude got a t-shirt. I got 2 bags like this, which are good. I love these reusable bags. I always take them to the grocery store. But I got 2 because right when I got there, I went to the booth and they gave me a bag with the breaker pad and the t-shirt. And then later, I did that thing where you hang, and that had a separate prize, and that's kind of over here, and we'll get to that in a second. So the other t-shirt was CSG was giving out t-shirts, so got one of those. And by far the best quality t-shirt is this Mojo Breaks. Guys from California, they know how to do it up. This is that really soft, like, blend. That's going to be a nice one. And so those are the t-shirts, those are the bags. So the hanging thing, if you saw there early in the video, if you could hang from this bar for 2 minutes, you got a hobby box of NBA Prism. If you could, for 2 minutes. If you could hang on it for 1 minute, you got a blaster. The thing is, it rolls, and, you know, everyone's touching it, and so it's, for me, it wasn't really a matter of hanging on. It's a matter of my hands starting to sweat and the bar rolling. Apparently, it's a military drill, and so I felt like if I could have had some LeBron chalk or something, right, I would have been able to hang longer. So, because I didn't get tired, I slipped off. I even banged my fingers on the wench that they were raising and lowering the bar with. So there you go. But I would have killed myself if I didn't try it. I just missed a full minute. I think it was like 3 seconds off a minute when my hand literally, like, they just slipped right off. There's no grip on it. It's just a metal rod that spins. But, you know, I got the bracelets, a couple poker chips. But for just playing, you got a pack of Prism. And so we're going to rip this when we rip a few of the other things I picked up. So that was cool. Didn't get the blaster, just missed that free blaster, but I did get a free pack of Prism. This I'm really excited to talk about. We're going to talk about tag here in just a moment. Other fun free stuff. Last year, if you want to go back and watch that video, I got, there was some cool stuff. T-shirt, got some, sleeves and things like that. I feel like I got more this year, but it was also very different. So this year, Cardboard Connection had a pen, they had chapstick, they had matches, mints, and then they had this cool booklet of Post-its. So you can, as you're sorting cards or if you're, marking things in your shop. So I thought that was really cool. And then CSG had this beautiful. Now, as a writer, someone who's always dabbling, for stories I want to plays I want to write, films I want to write, whatever, notebook's key. This is a nice notebook. I mean, this has got like a little pocket back here. Got the bookmark thing on it. It's like a pleather. I mean, kudos to CSG for that. They also had hoodies. I didn't get a hoodie because I felt bad of going back and being like, hey, can I have a hoodie too, along with the t-shirt and the book and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, they had hoodies as well. Okay, Andy Friedman was there. So got his autograph. We ripped his box and had a pretty fun break with that, with some PC cards, and we got that Sean Casey out of 5. There was a group called Women in Cards, struck up a nice conversation with a woman there. Just really, really cool people. They're very supportive of women in the hobby. So if you are a woman in the hobby, they have like a Facebook group. They're on Instagram. They do trades, within the group. They're always sort of chatting within the group. They get together at events. So if you go to the National or something, you can get together with the women in the hobby group. Just really, really nice. It was really cool. And they had a whole bunch of free cards just on the table. And so she said, please take some of these cards. And because we were chatting it up, and I said, I'm a big fan, speaking of women in sports and in the hobby, I said, I'm a big Las Vegas Aces fan. And they had all these Revolution cards, but no aces on the table. I said, oh, man, you got any aces? She goes, oh, hang on. She goes in the back, she pulls out a bunch of aces. So we got MVP Asia Wilson. We got my girl Jackie Oak. She wears number 0. Jackie Young. Another Asia. Got Darcia Hamby. I'm not sure if she's still on the team. Jewel Lloyd plays up in Seattle. She's a great player. So grab those. And then just a bunch of Ginter Chrome was there. So just grabbed a few things that might, make its way to other people. I don't know if he's on the Guardians or not. But I got that, either maybe send that to Scott or to Awesome Cards or something like that. So thank you so much to the Women in Film table. They were really, really cool. I can't remember who this was from. I want to say it might have also been CSG's table. Just a pin. It's a perfect 10. And then CSG had this. I just thought this was a hoot. And so I got 4 of them. So if someone wants one of these, for example, I know like Grizzo has his wall similar to this with stickers on it, right? If you don't have this one, it's a cool sticker. I'll probably keep like 2 of them and maybe send 2 of them out if someone really wants it. So, let me know in the comments if you would be interested in one of those stickers. And then, so before we get into this, because this is a very technical discussion, I want to talk about Lauren Taylor. She was awesome. I didn't know she was there, but I had just picked up her Derek Jeter card in the last episode, if you recall, at the LCS, the swap. One of the first ones I showed, I was really excited about, was her Derek Jeter from her set that she has on Topps. She also did artwork for Project 70, and these are her business cards, which I just thought were awesome. And I was like, those are cards. I understand they're business cards, but they are cards, and they are therefore collectible to me. And so she let me have a bunch of them. And you know what it really means, too, is now I got to buy more Lauren Taylor just because now I'm a fan of her as a human being. So we got awesome J-Rod, Mantle, Aaron Judge, Jay-Z, Albert Pujols, Bambino, Rizzo. And I also thought I'll probably take some of these and put them on the wall because I just think they're so beautiful. Maybe Mantle or something like that. I can just see them kind of back there or something like that. But grab that. And then she was cool enough, we were just talking about me doing film and all that and her artwork, and she autographed a baseball for me. I wish I had more, room and depth and we would just have this on display. But I'm going to get more of her artwork, and then have this next to her cards will just be a really, really cool thing, I think. So thank you so much, Lauren, for just being a cool person and fun to talk to, and I wish you well. Also, so if you are not familiar with her, I encourage you to check it out. She puts a lot of thought and information, personal as well as wide. So she was talking to me about the Griffey, and I didn't get the Griffey one. It had personal things. She's from Seattle, so someone she cared about had passed away, and like their initials are in the brim of the hat. Just kind of little things like that. I love that. It's a storytelling aspect of art, and that is just really cool. So check out Lauren Taylor if you're not familiar. Okay, so tag, technical authentication grading. What does that mean? It's an AI grading company. According to the folks at the booth, and this guy, Jeremy, very cool guy. This is his YouTube channel, Sports Cards Live. They are the first true AI grading company, meaning they have verifiers after it goes through the process, but all of the grading is AI generated, and they have figured out surfacing, and they have really good prices, and they were kind enough to give me one of their slabs, and we're going to open it up and look at it, and so you can see what the slabs look like, because they're really slick too. They have their patents on the AI technology, so we might see them be the source. But I've talked about this a lot with other people in the who are graders, and I am not a grader because I don't like the subjectivity of it. I want an objective, just blank, grade it. I don't want the guy whose girlfriend broke up with him, and so you got a bad grade that day, and it just happens way too much. So they appear to have solved that problem. Trust and transparency, great slogan. Hooked me up with a couple of little sleeves here. This is really the only free product. I thought there would be more of this. Like last year, Pristine Cases, I think, was there, and you would think that some of these other ones would have more like one touches or things like that, and there wasn't a lot of that at the Mint. Okay, let's take a look at it. Open it up and see. Does it have a little rip tab? Oh, no, it's just regular. Very well sealed. Ooh, I wonder if it's going to be extra difficult. I'm going to break out my knife or something. Oh, no. Okay, here we go. Oh, going to have to get the knife out. That's okay. There we go. That just means they did a good job. No tampering with this. Now, spoiler alert, he did tell me that the only freebies they bought, and they were like, I don't know why we did that, were hockey. I think a lot of Canadian involvement with the company. So they just brought hockey. And I said, well, that was silly. Ryan Kelser, Upper Deck, canvas. But this is right, so the point was just to see what the slab looks like. He also said, obviously you use these to keep it from scratching, but they have the most scratch-resistant case of any company. So we talked a little bit about, how if you are not protecting your slabs in any sleeves like this, they get so easily scratched up, and apparently this is going to be the best. So if you were stacking them, they also have that indentation that kind of like PSA is now using, so they're not actually scratching each other all the time. But really, really slick. I like that it's see-through, because obviously it wouldn't be displayed with all this where you can't read it. It would be something flat in a display like those walls and be really easy to read. Trust transparency. So really, really cool stuff from them as well. I'll definitely be looking into them a little bit more if I decide to maybe grade some stuff. But I just think sounds like what I'm looking for on the grading front. Okay, that was our swag. Actually, it's pretty good, I think, right? We did pretty well. I love it. I just love it so much. Okay, so what did I get at the show? Like I said, I did not spend that much money. In terms of actual singles that I only got 2. Got this Bones Highland blue laser rated rookie because he's playing very well for my Clippers. And then I grabbed this because I did not get the opportunity to get one of these boxes or rip the finest this year. I was a little bummed about it because it is kind of a fun product. And so saw this slab. It's only an 8. He gave it to me for $20. I feel like that's fine. Just to have it, right? Buy the card, not the grade. We hear it all the time. And just, slightly higher end J-Rod card. Looks pretty good. I think I know why it got an 8 because this corner up here's got a little bit of just a ding to it. Not really bad even. I didn't even really notice it right away, but I think that might have been the culprit why it got the 8. And then I just got some stuff to rip. I found a booth that was selling Ginter Chrome packs. So he gave me 5 packs for $20. I overpaid for this a little bit, I think. I gave him $50 for everything, and I got this as well. I saw other people selling this for about $15, $16. But I think because of this, I did fine. And then we got this pack too. So what I'm going to do is we're going to rip 2 packs of Ginter Chrome. 3 are going to go into Pick-a-Pack because that'll be a really nice pull out of Pick-a-Pack. And then we are going to rip all the rest of this stuff. So let's get Bones back in here. Where's the captain?
Number 2, Lego Jeter. Number 2.
Wooku. Let's get lucky. Let's start and end with a Ginter. A lot of Ginter. And we got a gold. Good job, Jeets. Amazing. Davey Cuts. 2 golds? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's amazing. So this one is... and it's Ronald Acuna. 39 out of 50. Beautiful card. And what is this guy? Oh, nice. Frank Robinson also out of 50. Incredible. That is a home run. I mean, 2 golds in 1 pack. We had a card show. Jeter scores right out of the gate. That is awesome. Thank you, Mint Collective. I mean, I think that made up for... This card right here, I think, made up for not spending a lot of money on slab stuff. I was tempted, but I also, with the Auto Relic Adventure in mind, I didn't want to spend a lot on just graded cards. I was looking for Auto Relics. And they did not really have a lot of those in raw state or guys I wanted. I got close on a Bones Highland, but again, it was that Panini. This patch is not assigned from any player, event, game. It's your grandpa's tissue. And so I was like, I can't pay you what you want for that. And I haven't ripped any Series 1, so I thought, all right, why not? Topps, their booth was pretty cool. And then they had a box you could get for $125. And if you got that box, you also got a special silver pack for the Mint. But I was not about to do that. I just wanted to get a little something to rip and see it in my hands for the first time. Yeah, Vargas. I do like it. I had a good feeling I would. I also didn't want to buy a lot of this because I'm waiting for Chrome. I think this is going to look amazing in Chrome. Oh, there we go, Vaughn Grissom. I know he didn't make the club, but that's a guy that we're all expecting to do good things, I believe. So, take that. Michael Chavis. Oh, he's still in baseball. That's good. All right, Eli Morgan, all Jewish team stud. Poor Gavin Lux. Bryson Stott. All right, Vegas' own. Hello, Starling, my old friend. Nolan Gorman, not bad. Glaber, Oscar Gonzalez. Who do we get? Oh, we got a hit! Actually, I've heard other people say that the hangers are bangers this year for hits. Nice, Rafi Devers. Also go back through and I'll see if anything jumps out as an SP. Doesn't look like it. I think mostly SPs are going to be pretty apparent, or they'll be Hall of Famers. Or Gary Sanchez just signed a minor league deal. I was kind of surprised to hear that. I thought he was still with the Twins, but nope. All right, Tata. That's right, baby. All right, what's our good stuff here? So here's our gold, and it's Christian Yelich. Well, all right, we got a home run challenge card, Byron Buxton, but nice. Bo Bichette, Hunter Green. I mean, not terrible. I think probably the highlight of that would be the Vaughn Grissom. Might take that Christian Yelich in and try to swap that at the card shop as well. Well, that would have been sweet if that would have been a Yankee. Then we would have been seventh heaven. We can't complain, though, right? We cannot complain. Not after hitting that. Let's check some Bowman. I grabbed this because I just was like on the Anthony Volpe kick, and I know he's not, I don't believe he's in this set, but I was like, just a little Bowman. Little Bowman's always a good sign. I also was on the hunt for Stadium Club Chrome at the show, and no one had it. No one had any blasters, no one had any hobby boxes, but I've seen people ripping it, and so I was a little sad that I couldn't find any. Oh, Jordan Walker. I know people keep an eye on Jordan Walker. All right. Scooble. Evan White. Giano. And Forcell. Not a great one there. Not a great one there. We maybe were a little spoiled that last time we ripped Bowman and we pulled the Sawinski auto out of there. Do our Prism. See if we get lucky. All right, we got a Prism. Boban! He bouncing it. He bounce it really quickly. He run and bounce. He bounce it again. Oop, we got a hit. Love Boban. Let him host Saturday Night Live. Gary Trent Jr. Really pretty card, though. Really pretty card. Would have been nice if it was a rookie, but I think we've been spoiled. We got spoiled. Nothing else I could really top it unless it was another color. No, but a regular Prism. I can't believe we got 2 golds in one pack. That's incredible. That's Adrian Beltre. Otani-san! That's good. That's a double. Solid double. It's the second time we pulled this card. Pulled the A&G back the other day. Well, that was great. That was great. Top to bottom, awesome day of card collecting shenanigans. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. Please do leave a comment and let me know what you thought of the video from the show, what you thought of the pack rippage, what you thought of the slab company, what you thought of Lauren Taylor, all that good stuff. I want to hear what you guys think. I love reading all your comments. Looking forward to it. Slam that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Tell all your friends. And I'll see you next time in the broadcast booth.